people, show you got heart. Now we're playing the game and we're totally scoring, learning how to make a virtual business boring, showing up every morning, ready for the show. I'ma get ready. Cold engaging virtual meetings 2.0.
Happy holidays! This is John Shen, your host for the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. If you're watching here on social media, do us a favor, hit subscribe, share, like, or comment. And if you comment during the live show, we might even answer your question or give you a shout out. If you want all the episodes of the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast, go to engagingvirtualmeetings.online and subscribe on any one of your 15 beautiful and favorite podcasting platforms such as Spotify and Apple. And if you want to learn how to be more engaging in the world, take your phone out, scan this QR code, and come to the Engaging Retreat. It's every October. This year it's going to be October 20th through the 22nd in 2026, both here in Seattle and online, on one of the most engaging virtual experiences you're ever to see, and engaging and transformational experiences if you are ever here in person. And now, what's on the good list? I'm so excited. I put this post that happened to me. You know, it's something as simple as kindness. And I had a friend reflect to me, and she goes, "Of course, John, that's who you are." But what happened was I was on an Alaska Airlines flight in the exit row. My 17A is my favorite seat. And, I was in C, in the aisle for once. And this amazing Frenchman who was trying to help all these passengers was trying to sneak in so all the other passengers can move, and there was an empty seat next to me. All I did was move over, people. This is it. All I did was move over, so he had room to stand in, so he could help guests as well as let people by, so we could all get on the plane faster. And when I got off the airplane, he gave me a note, and he said, "Thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity. Here's 3,000 miles and $75 and an Alaska Airlines pin." And I was like, wow. But that's not the entire wow. The wow is I put it on Facebook first. It's racked up over 60,000 views on Facebook. And then I put it on LinkedIn, and it racked up another 38,000 views over there. My friend Leah Bliss, I showed her today, was like, wow, this is like 30,000 times more than my average on there. And I just want to give this message, which is, I don't know what the algorithms are doing, but they're amplifying kindness. And Leah Bliss said the other thing is saying, it probably matches your brand, John, of who you are and what you do. And so that's why it's choosing to show it to so many people. I don't know, it's the holiday season, it's feel good. But all I'm saying is I haven't gone viral in a while, and this piece of kindness is going viral. And I do make that as a wish this holiday season. If we could just have more kindness, go more viral, I would be more happy. All right. Speaking of more happy, you're going to be happy when you meet this guest. Our guest today is described as a bright light with energy to move mountains. She delivers profound yet playful messages. That's why I'm going to like her so much on the show, to inspire well-being and positive change. She's been teaching yoga since the age 12 in her mother's school of gymnastics. Okay, that is something I haven't done. She has an awareness of wellness that she's willingly shares to the point of being downright bossy. Let's find out more. Let's welcome the one and only Julie Blamphin. Oh, look, I got walk-on music for you, Julie. Oh, wait, we have more dance music. Let's see if I have another dance music. Ready? Oh, this is too slow. Wait, I got to get the other one. Here, go. How about this one? Okay, ready? And dance off. And clap. And Julie. Okay, there we go. We do have a contest for some of the best dance off. Like, I have other walk-on music that I've used for people, and we were having a contest in the past year's podcast. How are you doing today, Julie?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, John. That was so fun.
Oh my goodness. So thank you. What's happening for you this holiday season? Do you have something on the plans or a tradition that you might do?
Yes. So we've seen the Handel's Messiah here in Annapolis, Maryland. We go to see that every year. We just went to see Songs of the Season the other night at a nearby church. And we are hitting some friends' Christmas parties, so that's going to be super fun. And then I leave Tuesday to go visit my mom. So I'm really excited about that. She's down in Florida, and I'm really looking forward to being with her over Christmas.
Haven't you ever heard this stat? There was a stat that went around that said every minute you spend with your mom, you're elongating your life.
I believe it.
You can tell your mom that, saying,
Yeah.
thanks for more
Hey,
time on the
Mom.
phone. Yeah. All right, Julie, a few of my friends don't know you like I know you. So take a moment here to introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do in the world.
Well, thank you for asking. As someone who was raised in a school of gymnastics, like you mentioned, I was literally about 4 years old when I started yoga and gymnastics. And I started teaching when I was 12. We had the Special Olympics team that would come to our gym to practice their routines, and most of the kids were on the bars and the beam. And then there were some kids who were working with me. These were the kids that had paralysis and they weren't on the bars and the beams. So we would sit on the Florex and we would practice our yoga poses. We would stretch, we would practice poses for strengthening and sensation and flexibility. And that was my start. So I now am still teaching yoga and I'm 58, so do the math. Started when I was 12. And I have been teaching private practice since 2009 and groups and workshops. And I've been leading retreats now since 2017. My 10th retreat is coming up in April. And I love what I do. I love speaking about wellness, primarily women's wellness. One of my specialties is women's pelvic floor wellness. And another specialty is fascia and ways to reduce pain and actually ways to cultivate joy. So, interestingly enough, you started with kindness and joy. I was like, ooh, this is going to be good.
Okay, so let's go back to Genesis then, all right? What was your first yoga session, right? I'm assuming you weren't always the teacher. I'm assuming you were the student or something. Who showed you yoga?
I was the student. I still am a student. I mean, we're all
Right.
students
Yes, yes.
of our own journey and of our own wellness, mind, body, and spirit. My mother had a school of gymnastics. Excuse me. And like I mentioned, I started gymnastics when I was about 4. And in gymnastics, there's yoga. It's sort of woven in to the fabric of each other. Actually, yoga began thousands of years ago,
Right.
and gymnastics is revolutionized, if you will, modern form of acrobatics and movement and stretching, which is yoga. So I've been learning from my mother actually ever since I was a child. She was my mentor. I'm now her mentor. We go back and forth. We have great conversations. We share what we learn with the people in our community. So it's been a lifetime of learning and practicing.
Oh, if you could give your mom, I know you're going to go visit your mom, but if you could give your mom a shout out on this podcast, what would you tell her if she was sitting around with us?
She's a profound woman. She has not only shaped my life and my learning and my wisdom and my wellness, but she has shaped the lives of thousands of others, and not just the kids that were in her school of gymnastics, but the kids who learned from her in the pool. She taught swimming for many, many years. She's 85 now, and she's still a mentor to the women in her community in
Hmm.
Florida. She's been teaching in her community in Florida now for about 20 years. She teaches a program in the pool called Shine. Stretch,
Mm.
heal, nurture, exercise. What is it? Stretch, heal,
I.
yoga, nurture,
Yeah.
exercise.
Wow.
Shine. Yeah. So she is the queen of wellness and teaching women how to stay positive and make good choices when it comes to their body, mind, and spirit. She's she's something.
Fun
She's
fact.
sassy.
Yeah, fun fact. I was actually on multiple swim teams growing up. I was trophy award winning swimmer, swimming all four strokes, and
Right on.
yeah, doing other things. So swimming was a big part. I actually, because I have flat feet. Like, have you ever seen anybody take their foot, put it in the pool, and put it on the side, and you can see the entire foot? That's me.
That's
So
you.
I think I had an advantage in the pool.
Right, right. Yeah.
I have a
Get
flipper, not
after
a
it.
foot.
You can
Right.
get after it.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's really great to hear that too. Champions in their community. They're just like, while some of us aspire to be quote unquote famous or not famous or whatever, often what's more important is being known amongst the people who you know and having value, right? Presenting value in the community. So.
Yeah.
Great for your mom to do that. Okay, so that's where you started yoga. What's been the most unique yoga experience? So I can share that I've actually done some work with Tony Robbins as a facilitator, and I've had some these incredible experiences along the way. Like one of them was I took somebody who was claustrophobic, and I learned a technique for phobias, ran it, and what we were on an elevator together in a half hour for someone.
Wonderful.
So I'm just
Yeah,
curious. I'm just
that's
curious if you have
powerful.
any. Yeah, I was just curious if you have any yoga experiences that you're willing to share along your journey, which is this is a long journey, right? This is a what 40+ year journey or
Yeah.
whatever the number is.
Yes. Yes. It's interesting because that's a profound experience I've had myself. One of the women who came on one of my retreats, well, she's been on a couple of my retreats, but the first time she came on retreat, we talked about her fear of elevators. And I as well shared a technique with her that she still practices to this day when she steps on elevators. So that the things like that, even if they're simple little techniques and little teeny, maybe it's a mantra, a phrase.
Yes.
Maybe it's some sort of a mudra. Mudra is a hand gesture in the yoga tradition.
Right.
Maybe it's a breath practice. Maybe it's inhale 5, exhale 7, pause for 3, which can really tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. So, whatever the technique might be, there are so many hundreds of profound and super effective techniques that we can practice in our life. And that's just one of them, right? Like tackling phobias, because phobias are debilitating or can be
Can be.
debilitating, but having a tool that can be right there can get you through some of those moments. So that's a good one, John. Good to hear that you've shared that wisdom, that
Oh,
somebody's benefiting from that yoga wisdom.
well, thank you. All right, so let's talk a little online. Right, what did you do? Did you do anything virtual before March of 2020?
Oh gosh, good question, because that's pretty much when I really went full throttle. Right? Like everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I did. I had an online course. So I've been on the web for a long time teaching um, yoga. And
Yeah.
so recording videos and uploading them as mini courses, and I had a membership for women that was available at that time. But March 2020, I moved the majority of my private clients to Zoom. And, you know, the rest is history, as they say. But they're
What
doing
did you learn
well,
though? So right, Zoom yoga is slightly different than in-person yoga, and
right?
so I'm assuming you had to adapt. I'm just curious, what were some of the things you had to learn to adapt to make those yoga classes successful, like your in-person classes?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it wasn't easy because a yoga mat is a certain size and a body is a certain size and you're moving. So even just using a clip-on lavalier mic is not successful. Let's say it's not very user friendly when you're moving through the downward dogs and the upward dogs and the child's poses and all of these body positions. It's not easy to be mic'd when you're practicing yoga online. So golly, I really played with a lot of different scenarios and backdrop. What kind of a backdrop do you want? What do you really want to be seen when you're teaching online during the pandemic? And frankly, you're in your bedroom. Like, I didn't want people to see anything. So I had to rearrange furniture. Excuse me. I got some Christmas lights and put them around my closet door. And that was the backdrop for my yoga. It was really effective, but I was still a bit too far away from the microphone on my computer, so there was
Yeah.
that. So had to get a nice long cord for a microphone and set it next to my mat. I had to always have all my props nearby, yoga blocks and pillows, etc., blankets. Um, but it worked, and it was great. It was great. I could see the women who were showing up for the practice.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy because I wear glasses, and so seeing the seeing you from across the room when I'm way over there on the yoga mat, it was tricky. It was a challenge.
Big TVs. I don't know if you started using big TVs yet at that stage or not.
I did not. No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So, I mean that those and also, I mean that's where the projection or some other things like that. You can actually get people to feel like they're real size. Like we actually had blow up screens, or you can hang. A lot of times we actually hung a screen for large projectors, depend upon what you're looking at. But it's amazing how clear and beautiful 65-inch televisions are, and they actually don't cost as much as they used to now.
For
So
sure. I've done the large screen projection for workshops and
yeah,
public speaking.
yeah.
I haven't done that for my yoga practice yet. Actually, no, that is not true. I was on retreat. This was last year.
Mm.
And I said, you know what? I'm not canceling this practice, everybody. I'm going to be on retreat in Costa Rica, but we're going to practice anyway. And so I was projected on a big screen here at a local collective space for women, and they all showed up, and I was in Costa Rica. It was awesome, and I was on the big screen, so that was fun. Yeah,
That's virtual and hybrid training or yoga or
that's right.
presentation. It's
That's right.
more is possible now.
Yeah.
More is possible. So, you said of something it was significant, and my good friend Mark Black, who is the past president for Canadian Association of Professional Speakers, he ran this exercise, right? Right. How many of you have done something significant? Right, raise your hand. Have you done something significant in your life? Okay, great. All right, put your hand down if it was easy.
Ooh.
And so that was the point of the exercise is like, right, if it was easy, it most likely wasn't significant. Right? Almost everything that you did in your life that was significant was hard and challenging, and that's kind of what made it significant. So COVID was certainly significant.
Certainly was.
All right. So, why did you start leading retreats? Or, retreats are I have now my own engaging retreat, and I'm in my sixth year. So will be my seventh coming up, and we did the last two hybrid, and we're really discovering hybrid magic. And again, I've planned other trips. Actually, earlier in my career, I had something called what was it called? The Journey. And it was for 2 years. It ran in 2000 and 2001. It was a 9-month program where in the middle of 6 months into the program, we would all attempt to summit Mount Rainier as a metaphor for achieving a large goal you have no idea how to achieve. All right. So I'm curious for you, when did you start leading retreats and what do you love about them?
Okay, so back in the day, this was 2016. I planned this retreat. I don't even know if I called it a retreat at that time, but I wanted to do a trip and invite, was it women or was it everyone? I think it was just women.
Okay.
So I planned this retreat,
Yeah.
and it was all planned. It was all planned. It was a 5 night, 6 day retreat in Nicaragua.
Ooh.
And right, it was at this gorgeous place. Everything was planned. 6 days before we left was when Nicaragua had civil unrest and the whole
Oh.
country was on shutdown.
I was rating for bird flu like Mexico, but I was in the wrong year. So wow.
Right. Right, that's another
Wow.
thing. So my retreat planner, my partner, and I had to shift and pivot,
Sure.
and we did. I mean, trust me, I cried every 10 minutes, but we replanned the thing, and including flights. This was when we did flights too, which we don't do
Right.
flights anymore.
Yeah.
And we rebooked all of the attendees, and we went to Mexico instead
Oh.
and had this amazing experience in
Okay.
the Yucatan in Mexico. So here we are, bunch of women in the Yucatan in Mexico, and it's the last night. And this is my first retreat when it was supposed to be in Nicaragua, and now it's in Mexico. And here I'm sitting at this table, And the women are around this table, and it's the last night. It's so profound. It's this big, huge, enormous kaiba tree, and we're on this table, and I mean, just candles everywhere. It's gorgeous, so profound. And we're going around the table, and women are sharing.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's almost my turn, but I'm the leader, so I don't really need to share. I'm just gonna be okay, I'm the leader. You were just gonna go by. And then I thought to myself, that's bullshit. That's not cool. You're the leader, Julie. Like, step up, level up, do what you're asking them to do, right? Show up for yourself. And that's why I lead retreats, because
Oh.
it's so hard to do that. I'm an introvert. Okay. I have hearing loss. All right. And it makes it difficult sometimes to really drop into my body and be authentic and be vulnerable. But that's no excuse.
I follow a practice too, Julie, which is often in when I am the leader, I'll go first. And I'll
Yeah.
go first because I don't want to ask anybody in my class to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. I
And
might start
when
I might start doing that. But that was why I lead retreats. Like, I had to take them there
yes,
to put myself into that moment
yeah,
of realization. And that's my why. Because I want women to have that realization. Like, I can really drop into this moment.
yeah,
And yeah, am I nervous? I'm nervous, but I'm safe and they're listening. And
yes.
I'm feeling heard and seen. And it felt
Mm.
freaking great.
Do you remember something you shared when you finally decided to speak
I
up? Do you remember?
do. And it wasn't any big shakes. Like, I can't even remember what the question was. The question was, maybe if you could have done something totally different in your career, or if you could back up and rewrite time, like, what would you do? I mean, it's
Yeah.
a great question, but it's not, hey, let me tell you my deepest secret, right? It's not like this big thing that I was terrified of sharing. It was just being vulnerable.
The vulnerability is something really key, right? It's I got a chance to be the producer for our good friend, remember Eat, Pray, Love?
Oh, do I ever? I got a story about that.
So I got to be Elizabeth Gilbert's producer, and she gives us one of the, still what I'm talking about, the best keynote in all of COVID. She entranced 650 people online, where somebody feels like I feel like I'm having a one-on-one chat with you at an Italian cafe, and there's like 650 people online, and so that's just incredible stuff. Where we end up breaking down her talk because she did this all without doing any technical tricks, right? Beyond a mic and a camera working, there was no sharing screen, there was no polls, there was no craftiness, there's none of these animations, and she was still able to do that. So we broke it down, and one of the top 8 things that we found in there was vulnerability. Her ability to share her vulnerability is one of the things that drew people closer to her in this talk, and it was amazing. Yeah, I need you got Elizabeth Gilbert story?
Well, I wish I had an Elizabeth Gilbert story, but her book
Yes.
her book was coming out, or came out, in probably 2003, 2004,
Mhm.
2005. And I know this because I had a really great job in DC
Mhm.
for like 7 years, from 1997, 98 to maybe 2004. And, it was my first adulting career, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. And then I thought, okay, time for me to be a Spaniard. So I quit my job and sold my house and moved to Spain, which is something that I've always wanted to do. And so when Eat, Pray, Love came out, because I'm a writer, people
Yes.
were asking me, are you Elizabeth Gilbert? Are you gonna write? Is this
Oh,
your story?
wow.
I know, because I
Wow.
was writing at that time, and that's why I went. I actually moved to Spain and then subsequently spent some time in Italy as well, because I wanted to write, because I'm a writer. I just wanted to go and take a hiatus from work and explore and travel and speak Spanish and then speak Italian and write. So I tried to be a little evasive when people asked me that, just so they could think that maybe that was my story, but it wasn't.
Maybe you have a 16 million book inside copy book
I
inside of
totally
you.
do, John. I totally do.
Why do
You'll
you
be the
do
first to
that?
know.
Yeah. Oh my. All right. Well, what about this? So, I would love to know, what do you love about public speaking, and more importantly, what do you do to keep them engaged, right? Especially if they're not yoga interested. So I'm assuming that you speak to other people, right, who are not necessarily into yoga yet.
I do. I do. Here's the thing. We all have a body. We all have a mind. And the definition of yoga is the connection of mind and body. Sometimes folks think, all right, I'm not into yoga. I don't do yoga, quote unquote. And the poses and the motion and the flow and all of those postures, that's just one branch of the yoga tree. Many of my talks thus far didn't even mention yoga. Everybody has wellness. Everybody focuses on their health. Everybody focuses on movement and pain and injury and condition and, oh, what if this happens? Or am I doing the right thing? Or should I do more of this? Or maybe I should stop doing that. And why don't I sleep well? And what's going da 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 da, right? Like it's impossible not to think of our wellness journey because we're alive. That's what I talk about. I love speaking to groups, men, women alike,
Hmm.
about things that maybe they think about all the time and they're not really even sure what it means. This
Mm.
is why I love speaking about pelvic floor wellness to, again, men, women, and children alike. We all have pelvic floors. It's just the floor of the pelvis. We're sitting on it. And why that is such an important conversation when it comes to this culture that we're in where we sit all the time. We are sitting, 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 sitting. And it's so bad for our health, and not just because it's destabilizing for our pelvic floor, and not just because it's creating so much pain in our body everywhere. But there are so many reasons that we should get up off of that sofa or get up out of that chair. There's so many reasons to look at sitting, and that is one of the most powerful, probably one of the most powerful signature talks that I have talking about sitting. And I don't,
Mm.
I mean, I might mention yoga, but it's typically not my theme. That's my experience. That's my entire life experience. But
Sure.
again, yoga is the connection between mind and body, and we've all got a connection between mind and body. So I'm just heightening that connection for you, maybe giving you some ideas, giving you some advice on how to deal with some of the aches and pains that you might struggle with, and probably giving you some ideas on what you're doing that's not serving your body, like sitting.
Well, I think you've heard this, right? Sitting's the new smoking.
Yep,
And
doctor.
then I'm curious
Adam.
though, have you seen any of the research or met anyone from the Buck Institute of Aging,
Oh no, but I need to look into that.
Tiburon? It's near San Francisco, largest nonprofit on the elongation of life and reducing the amount of time of suffering, at the end for that life. But so okay, so well, let me ask this. All right, this is right. This is people always laugh. I always get a lot of comments of like, "Oh my God, you're on a yoga ball," and there's two reasons. I mean, one is this I get to move around, but the other one is I don't want a back of a chair here because I do so much other stuff here. It would be in the way if I get up. So when I get
Right.
up during this, but what's the pelvic floor read from Julie about the use or non-use of yoga balls?
I love that you're sitting on that stability ball. So the reason why we call it a stability ball is because not only is your pelvic floor helping you with stability, your pelvic floor is part of your foundational core and it helps you stay upright, helps
Yeah.
you stay stable, it helps you wiggle back and forth on that ball. It helps you when you're walking, when you're sitting, when you're turning your head even. It's also triggering your fascia system, the body's it's almost like the body's three-dimensional matrix within. It's we've got lines of fascia, we've got all kinds of different types of fascia, and it's everywhere, and it's part of the body's stability system. So sitting on that yoga ball or stability ball, whatever you want to call that ball, that's a wonderful thing to do, as long as it's not too small. I don't want you down too low,
Yeah.
but having that ability to move and having that ability to relax across the base of your pelvis. So good. Chef's kiss there, John. 5 stars. Very
Well,
good.
well, here's some of the things too. The desk is adjustable and it is at a right angle. So this is like the right angle for here. And what you don't see down here, there is a floor foot stand so that I can keep it this level. And I use the floor foot stand. So my knees are actually at 90-degree angles throughout the day, most of the day. And
You are
so,
winning, man. I'm telling you, you're winning. So that was my first career. My first career had a lot to do with ergonomics.
oh, ergonomics, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
because I mean, think about it. Repetitive stress injury is legit.
It's
If you're
everywhere. Oh, somebody just had surgery for it. Oh, ow.
it's
Ouch.
everywhere. It's not just in the carpal tunnel. It's in the neck, it's in the jaw, it's in the pelvic floor, it's in our knees, our ankles, our toes, plantar fascia. I mean, just the gamut, right? We're all struggling with something. Well, I shouldn't generalize. Most of us are struggling with something, and some
Right.
of us are struggling with a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's repetitive
Yep.
stress injury. And if we're going to be sitting on that pelvic floor, there's not going to be any blood flow. We're typically tucking our tail under and sitting way back on the coccyx
The
bone,
boob.
and that just plain hurts after a while. It's just not good. It's just not good for our alignment, for our blood flow, and it can wreak havoc on our lifestyle because it can lead to symptoms such as incontinence and pain, the
Wow.
gamut. I mean, don't get me started.
Too late. But it is great to say. I mean, because this is, I do probably spend about 6 hours on this ball, 4 to 6 hours a day on this. And so it's better than a chair. Obviously, I think
For sure.
I can take that away. It's
Hands
better than
down.
chair. It's better yeah, it's better than chair. I want one other question here before I have some other questions. And this one is, so what do you think is the future for you? The future of technology and yoga for you? What do you see? What would you like to see, or what would you want in the next 10 years?
I want to keep speaking with experts like you online and on podcasts. I love being interviewed on podcasts. I've been on a
Yay.
number of them so far, and it's always just really fun and engaging. And so many collaborations happen because of that.
Yeah.
And it's so great for business, but it's so great to just feel like we're in this wonderful mix of groovy positive energy. I love it. I also see that in my online membership, I have an online yoga membership.
Ooh,
um, I see that moving out even
good.
further.
Yeah.
Yeah, really growing my membership. I've had it for a number of years, and I'm now speaking to people who are managing teams and managing groups who would like to buy my membership in bulk. So I'm sort of rewriting some of my back end and my website with my assistant to make that happen and to sell my membership to larger teams rather than just one person at a time. So that's really exciting right now.
Oh,
Uh,
genius.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I'm
So,
really
so you
excited
embrace, yeah, you
about that.
embrace technology as part of your practice, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
and when you do that, you can take advantage of the reach or other types of things here. So let me just curious. So have you ever done an online retreat?
I haven't. I've done a number of online speaking gigs and I've done some workshops that were hybrid, but I've not done a retreat online. I mean, not my own. I haven't led one, but I've been a featured speaker at a couple of online retreats. So,
There's a collab that out there. If you really wanted to produce what we might call the most engaging yoga retreat online, there are things that we could do that maybe you haven't envisioned yet. But it would be really cool, especially if you could have people from all around the world with you.
mhm.
I suspect that that would be something that would fill your cup, right?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, we come to this amazing part of this interview called the speed interview. What I'm going to do is ask you questions. You're going to try and answer them as fast as possible if you agree, and then I will play some funny sound. Okay. Are you ready, Julie?
I think.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go. Here we go. Favorite yoga pose?
Oh my gosh. Legs up the wall.
Most unexpected best location for a retreat?
Ah, so far or in
Yeah,
the future?
you could you could project.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Oh, wow. Have you saying you've never done it to retreat in Hawaii yet?
Not yet.
Oh my God, we have friends there. We have lots of friends. Like National Speakers Association of Hawaii, we just saw two of their members. They're waiting for us to show up. Okay, a yogi you would like to mention
Oh my gosh. Catherine Budig.
because
She's inspiring and she's got great fashion.
I thought you were going to say she has great fascia.
Probably.
Probably. Okay, great. Best virtual experience you've had.
Oh my gosh. John, you're killing me.
Here, I'll pre-play this one.
That sounds like you're done. It was probably that yoga practice when I was at retreat in Costa Rica.
Aw, there we go. A student you would like to shout out.
A student,
Yeah, a yoga student or any student.
Georgie.
Aw. Okay, if Elizabeth Gilbert was here, what would you ask her?
Oh my gosh. If she would co-write a book with me.
Oh, she's here! Oh no, just kidding. It has
I love
happened,
you.
but not today. Not today. Best non-yoga audience.
Oh, the people who love my laughter videos.
Oh, let's see. We'll give them an laughter videos. Oh, I'm gonna have to see that. Okay, what's your wish for 2026?
More memberships to big groups and more speaking gigs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
This is 2001. And I'll share our Patricia Fripp's favorite advice. You know who Patricia Fripp is?
Yes.
Yes. Don't call them gigs! She says call them paid presentations. All right, that was a joke. But I did been getting this. I just did a whole talk where all I got was comments because she actually reviewed this talk was, don't call them gigs, John. You're killing me. It's very funny. She's called them paid presentations. So that's my new practice. That's my new practice. Okay.
Okay.
Geez, what did I say? Oh yeah, that was your wish. Okay. And the last one, the last question, easy question. If you could just have people remember one thing from this podcast, what would you want it to be?
That it's safe to be vulnerable and to share. And I'd love for more women to know about my retreats.
Aw, well, genius. Linked up to Julie, which is stretchyourspirit.com. Go check it out if you feel so called, and check out Julie. I believe you have online classes, you have a membership, of course, you have retreats. And as in here in the speaker universe too, if you're looking for a speaker, go check out Julie and find out more about her at stretchyourspirit.com. Happy holidays, Julie, and wishing you a great 2026.
Thank you, John. Happy holidays.
All right. We've been talking with Julie Blamphin, who says, sitting is the new smoking. Well, I said that, but she said, how would she say it? What's up with your pelvic floor? And more importantly, where can you find more joy in your life? Thank you, Julie, for spreading a little bit of your light here on the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. All right? If you are watching here on social media, make sure and do us a favor, share, subscribe, share, like, or comment. And to see any more of these episodes, you can see them as they come out live, or you can wait until they get rebroadcast here at engagingvirtualmeetings.online. Over 150 episodes. I think we have over 300 recorded now. That's the greatest part about consistency too, is that you make this goal or you start a process, and now it just cruises along and people show up, and I'm just excited for the 200 plus conversations I've had in my lifetime. You want to be more engaging in your life, then come to my retreat then too. I don't teach yoga there, but I do teach you how to be more engaging. This year will be October 20th through 22nd. You can even scan this for a free ticket, or come and check out the paid tickets, which are the VIP online and the in-person. I got to tell you, and the in-person is supreme. And you get on our stage for a 4-camera, 5-minute video. So if you are a speaker looking for video and you don't have it, you better show up. And last but not least, if you want to be like Julie, well, you're going to have to stretch a lot and go to engagingvirtualmeetings.com/meet. Select interview, and you could be my next guest here on the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. Let's see some great Warrior 1, Warrior 2, something else here, tree pose, and have a happy holidays. We'll see you next time.
Don't we start people and keep old people? Show you got heart.